As the voting is underway to determine the Republican nominee for president in 2024, Donald Trump is going to be on trial. Just today, we learned that the ex-president must appear in court on May the 20th, 2024 in Fort Pierce, Florida, for the start of his first federal criminal trial in the classified documents case. Donald Trump will be tried on 37 counts, with charges ranging from conspiracy to obstruct justice to willful retention of government documents and making false statements. That ruling came today from the Trump-appointed judge, Aileen Cannon. It was the first test that she has faced as to whether or not she would be impartial to the ex-president. There were valid concerns that she would be lenient with him, given a past ruling related to this very case. While the special counsel's team wanted a speedy trial to start in December, Trump wanted to postpone the entire trial until after the election, postpone it indefinitely. Imagine his willingness to be tried if he were to become president of the United States again. Because Trump argued there was no way he could receive a fair trial while running for president. That argument was just part of the ex-president's broader scheme to avoid facing justice or, potentially, jail time. Today, Judge Cannon split the difference. She said the amount of evidence and discovery in the case warranted a trial date several months down the line from December. So the ex-president will be forced to sit before a federal jury and a jury of his peers as they consider whether or not he is guilty of a sprawling 37-count indictment. This news is not great for the Republican frontrunner because that date, May 20th, 2024, is right smack in the middle of the primary season. I'm going to take you down a little walk here with the calendar. January 15th kicks off the primary season. Those are the Iowa caucuses. March 5th is Super Tuesday. A whole bunch of states vote on March 5th. But come March, the ex-president has more to worry about than just primaries because 20 days later, he's due in Manhattan, March 25th, to face trial in what prosecutors say was an illegal hush money scheme that he orchestrated during the 2016 campaign. And since this March 25th trial is a criminal trial, he has to physically be in court rather than campaigning. He'll be forced to sit down and listen to how prosecutors lay out the evidence against him. 8 days after that, come April, there are a slew of primaries in Delaware, New York, Rhode Island, and Wisconsin. And less than a week before his federal trial is set to start in Florida, and he's going to have to be looking through papers and documents, there are contests in Maryland and Nebraska and West Virginia. That's May 14th. Then May 20th, Trump takes a break from the campaign trail for roughly 2 weeks, not by choice, but by the order of law. He will have to listen to federal prosecutors make their case to the jury, and the start of the trial is just 1 day before Kentucky and Oregon hold their primaries. And even if that trial date sticks, right at the end of it, there will be more primaries in Washington, D.C., in Montana, in New Jersey, in New Mexico, and in South Dakota. July 15th will be the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, at which point there's a possibility that Donald Trump will be a twice convicted felon. We don't know. Now, take a look at this. This is a broader look at what Trump's legal woes look like. He's going to face a handful of civil lawsuits this fall and early next year. While those civil suits are sure to cause a headache for him, the ex-president is not required to be in court for those trials. They're not criminal trials. He doesn't have to be there. The implication of Trump's May 2024 trial date are interesting. Last time we had broad primaries, Joe Biden clinched the Democratic nomination on April the 8th when Bernie Sanders dropped out. In 2016, Donald Trump became the Republican nominee on May 3rd when Ted Cruz dropped out. Barack Obama, 2008, he officially got his name on the ticket on June 3rd. In the year 2000, George W. Bush secured the Republican nomination on March the 9th when John McCain dropped out. Bill Clinton became the Democratic nominee in 1992 when he secured the number of delegates he needed on June the 2nd. So there's a good chance Donald Trump might be trying to secure the Republican nomination as he sits for his federal trial. And then there's the possibility that Trump could face 2 more indictments. There's Jack Smith's 2020 election probe, where we learned this week that Trump is officially a target of that criminal investigation. He was officially warned this week that he could face an indictment in that case for his efforts to subvert democracy. And we've got brand new developments out of Georgia, conducted by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, that we're going to get to next in this show. But in the midst of all this chaos, the ex-president has warned us what he's going to do Over and over again, if he wins again. Just this weekend, Trump went out of his way to sing the praises of Judge Aileen Cannon as he waited to see if she would rule in his favor and delay the trial.
Do you have any indication the judge will grant this motion?
I don't know. I know it's a very highly respected judge, a very smart judge, and a very strong judge.
But you appointed her.
I did, and I'm very proud to have appointed her. But she's very smart and very strong and loves our country. I mean, loves our country. We need judges that love our country, so they do the right thing.
So they do the right thing. That pressure, that strategy apparently did not work, but the ex-president is warning everybody literally about everything. Just yesterday, he posted an ominous video with the caption, quote, "We aren't afraid of them."
If you around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before.
Donald Trump is running for the presidency of the United States as the evil villain, and he's telling us exactly what he will do if things don't go his way.
This is the final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
This is some weird stuff. So as we wait to see if Trump will get a second indictment from Jack Smith over Trump's scheme to subvert democracy, the question is, will he ever be held to account? The only real way to stop this guy, who is actually running as the evil villain, from becoming the actual evil villain, seems to be prosecution.